I'm fine.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Okay, tell me. Drinking on camera or my hair sticking out?
Drinking on camera.
Okay.
I wasn't ready, apparently.
It's alright, you don't have to be. So, this is sort of a video response. I still say not really, she says it is. There's a
partial
video that we made together.
Right.
And we were talking about many things, but some of the main points was the fact that my wife celebrates multiple holidays, multiple faiths. Well,
no.
She acknowledged...
I don't celebrate multiple faiths. I celebrate, or I believe in what I choose.
said you celebrate multiple holidays of multiple faiths.
Oh, I thought you said and. Sorry.
And you do mix in multiple faiths together.
Yeah. Yeah. A little. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, that'll be another discussion. So I mix faiths together. I'm a blender. So
go ahead. Quit stalling.
I'm not stalling. People enjoy us arguing, apparently. So on this last video, we're basically talking about the fact that my wife will at least acknowledge, even if she doesn't do the religious aspects behind it, she'll do multiple religions. And she also commented about how, like talking during it, that she was talking about the fact that she hasn't done a spell per se since 2004.
Right.
And there was a comment left by an individual, which I'm not going to call the person out. So, okay, just wondering if you're gritting your teeth yet. So, the comment was basically along the lines of, you acknowledge multiple holidays, wow, as if that was like a big deal surprise. Like, how could you do that type of a deal? Like, it's so unfair and
well,
wrong.
I don't know if it was a wow for wow, that's awesome, or wow if it was like wow. Like,
well, considering the second part of the comment, it seemed
probably.
like a wow, like, really?
But either way, I don't find anything wrong with celebrating my friends'
get into it in a minute.
Okay.
Get into it in a minute. Let me finish all the comments. She's ready to go. And then there was also a I hate doing I'm going to smack myself after this video.
Intelligent.
So, with that, there was other comments talking about how if she hasn't done a spell since 2004, then either she doesn't appreciate her gift or doesn't have a gift at all. And then there was another aspect of talking about, aren't you sending mixed signals to your deity or deities? And isn't that, offensive, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're basically this video is not really necessarily a response, but we would like, yeah, I guess it is kind of a response. We're one to elaborate on.
But it brought up an interesting discussion the other night, so we might as well share.
It did. So. And part of it is I was actually showing my wife a clip from Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, where Kwai Chang Caine, who plays a Shaolin priest, he has a tree that was given to him by the mayor, and he's lighting candles on it. And one of his students comes in and says, Buddhists don't celebrate Christmas. And he says that he celebrates life. So that, and he likes the tree. So he's not necessarily celebrating Christmas, but it's a cute tree. He got it as a gift. He didn't want to turn away the gift. He set it up, lit the candles. So in this particular situation, we have two different types of people on camera for you. Which, by the way, if you want to look with your eyes at the camera, it's right there.
I can
see that little dot? I know.
I'm looking right
but when I look there, though, our eyes are off to the side instead of there.
Who cares?
The people. Interact with your audience.
They can hear me. They're probably just listening to us in the background anyway. Like a radio station.
But that's
what it should be, like a radio station.
There's some visual. That's why I have my podcast, which
but I'm still looking. They can see eyes.
Do you mind
I'll look at the dot. What does it look like now? See, because I can't see what I'm looking at.
Yes,
I can't
your eyes are seen in there.
Yeah, but if I look this way...
No, stop. They might stare into your soul.
Yeah, they might eat me or something. Or not eat my soul. I was trying to make a joke. It didn't come out right.
Aw, you're cute. So, okay. As we were saying, there's two different people right here on camera. You have Mr. Immature.
Male, female.
Yeah, male and female, too. You have Mr. Immature right here who has major issues. And you have Miss Mature,
wise woman,
Ms. Since she's my wife, she's Ms. Mature, who is very accepting and embracing. So let's touch upon my immaturity for a few seconds, and then she's going to go on a little spiel. So with multiple faiths, they have different religions and holidays. The interesting thing is, to me, half the time, regardless of the faith that you're talking about or holiday you're talking about, it's not actually celebrated anymore. It's turned into a consumer bullshit or a fad statement to try to say, hey, look at me, look at me. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me give you two major holidays. Christmas, or Christmas as it's spelled. That's how it's spelled.
I know.
She'll get into it later. She gets on me for this. So, what's my issue with Christmas? Absolutely nothing. The issue I have is individuals pushing it on other people. It's expected for you to celebrate Christmas. It's expected for you to do this, and you have to. Oh, hey, if you're American, you got to do Christmas. That's just the way it is. Yeah, a lot. It's like it's pushed on you, and it's in the stores, and the music's playing, and all these.
Your hands up.
And the music's and the music's playing everywhere, and it's on the radio, it's on TV shows, and it's constantly.
I just get mad because they do it before Halloween and during Halloween.
And they push it on you, and it's forced, and it's shoved down your throat, and it's expected. So I'm all about people doing what they want to do. The reason I don't want to have anything to do with Christmas personally is because it's always forced down my throat. I don't like that. I should not have to associate with it. Is it going to hurt me or kill me to say Merry Christmas to someone? Oh my God, I actually said it.
Oh, Lord.
I usually don't say it. It's like, Happy Holidays. Because if they're not going to acknowledge my...
I'm stubborn. I will not say Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, so basically I've got... Hi, Kage. I've got a stick up my ass about it. I'm being immature and childish, and I've got major issue with it. Now let's take another one. Samhain. For those of you familiar with Samhain, a lot of people don't even know what they're celebrating, and half the time people think it's on...
we're doing video.
Well, he wants attention.
No, he wants what.
So, that's true.
Go out.
Kage.
He's like, no, I'm camera shy. Okay, back to the conversation because I want to eat dinner.
The cat's talking to us too. It's a cute dog.
It is.
Kage, go lay down. Okay. So Samhain, a lot of people try to celebrate it on October 31st when it's actually November 1st because it's done at midnight. And a lot of people are doing it, not everyone, but a good majority of people, and same thing with Christmas, not everyone shoves it in your face, celebrating it because of the whole fad or trying to look cool. And then they over-dramatize stuff, and they don't really take the depth of the meaning behind it, which is fine. People do whatever they want. So that's my issues with stuff like that. There's plenty of holidays to attack. Now it's your turn. So why is it okay to celebrate
See, you're getting the dog riled up. Making this difficult.
So, okay, fine. Why is it... You can take this outside.
No.
Okay. Why is it okay to
I hate shaky camera work. If we take it outside, we shaky your camera
Listen,
work.
why is it okay to celebrate multiple holidays, or acknowledge them, at least, and be mature about it? And why is it not a mixed signal to your deities?
Oh, too much. Will you stop? Okay, we're pausing. Pause!
My wife is twisted. She got them problems! When you're not ready.
Huh?
I said it's more fun when you're not ready.
That's fine. Anyway, what was the question? Holidays.
Yes.
Something. Why I'm more mature. Right.
Why is it okay for you to celebrate multiple holidays, and why is it not sending mixed signals to your deities?
Okay, I think it's okay to celebrate multiple holidays because I like celebrating stuff. And if my Jewish friend invites me to Hanukkah, why should I not go celebrate it with her? Doesn't mean I believe in it. Doesn't mean I, worship the same way she does. Usually celebrations are parties with dinner and food and dancing and music and all kinds of fun stuff. So why not celebrate that? Why not celebrate their lives with them? And I don't see the big deal of saying Merry Christmas. And grant you, I think it's disrespectful for them not to say Happy Diwali or Merry Yule or Happy Hanukkah back to people, but that's their own ignorant fault. I mean, if they're not mature enough or open enough to accept other faiths and religion and acknowledge the other person's, then why should you go down to their level and be like, well, I'm not going to say Merry Christmas to you. That's my whole big spiel about that. So it's just, if you can start respecting other people's faith and saying it back to them, maybe they'll start getting it and say it back to you. I mean, I've got a couple friends that wish me happy everything and that I do, and they're not into it, and vice versa. So I think it's just about celebrating life and being happy and being with family and friends. That's the sole reason I still do Christmas. I don't believe in it, but my family doesn't really do religious stuff for Christmas. It's all about getting together for family and having a dinner and trying to keep some traditions alive that we've had since, you know, my grandparents were alive. So if I didn't have my family, I probably wouldn't celebrate Christmas. Well, I can't even say that. I'd celebrate the season because I like getting presents and I like giving presents. So, but I don't know. Does that answer the question? No. Deity. Sending mixed signals to my deities. My deities and I know what's going on. I've got a nice little direct link to who I worship or pray to or whatever, and I don't think they find it offensive for me to go to, you know, a Diwali celebration or, you know, a Samhain celebration or Christmas celebration or whatever celebration I go to. If I'm invited and I feel comfortable enough with what they're doing there, that's fine. And just because you go to someone's, you know, party or festival for their holiday / religion purposes doesn't mean that you believe or have to believe in what they're doing. I mean, I remember when I was like 15, my friend took me to, what's the thing that Catholics do with the ashes on their forehead? Was it Lent something? You know, the fish thing where they don't eat the fish. Is that Lent?
Oh,
That's Lent, isn't it?
yes.
Well, either way, I went there. I sat in her church, watched her go up there and get the ashes on her forehead, drank the wine or whatever, and she was fine with me not going up. The dude sitting next to me, though, threw a big conniption fit and actually was really freaking out that I didn't go up there and yelled at me actually in front of everybody. So that kind of caused a really stupid scene. But you know, and maybe that's why you shouldn't go to those festivals, because that can happen. But I think that's more of his fault because he wasn't mature enough or comfortable enough with me not being in that religion. But I mean, I'll go to anything just to see culture and just to see different aspects of how people do things. And I don't think my deities have a problem with that, because if I'm embracing someone's culture and embracing what they are and who they are, doesn't that make me almost a better person in a way, just because I'm more loving and accepting and wanting to celebrate joy in their lives and have them celebrate the joy in my lives? I mean, actually, this year I wanted to invite a lot of your family over for some, you know, Hindi festival thingies, but God knows they probably won't show up. But I won't be offended if they're that uncomfortable with it. That's their own problem. I'm comfortable with a lot of things and open to a lot of things when it comes to people's faith and religion, and it's just a big party, so why not celebrate life and celebrate their faith? It doesn't mean I believe in their gods. It doesn't believe that I believe in what they exactly believe in. Grant you, some of the stuff is very similar to what I believe in on some occasions, not all, but it's like I said before, it's just about celebration. And why, instead of sitting there going, well, I can't celebrate that because that's not my faith and that's and being all crappy about it, when you can just be like, you know what, this is my family or this is my good friend and we might not share the same beliefs, but it brings me joy to at least celebrate this with her, because obviously it makes them happy for you to be around them on their holiday to celebrate. And grant you, I would like that in return. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but I feel like I'm bigger than that, and that's why I say Merry Christmas back or Merry whatever to whoever, because I'm not going to get that offended. People put too much, what's the word on it?
Emphasis?
Yeah, they get too anal retentive about the correct thing to say, the correct thing not to say, you know. I mean, I know there was a couple retail jobs I worked years ago, and someone would say Merry Christmas, I'd say Merry Christmas back. Next person would say, like, well, Happy Hanukkah, because I don't believe in Christmas. I'm like, well, Happy Hanukkah to you too. I am no way near Jewish. Nothing wrong with Jewish people, but I will wish you a Happy Hanukkah just as easily as hopefully the other person would wish Merry Christmas back or whatever. You know, it's about being considerate, and, you know, I don't know how else to say it. To me, it's such a simple an idea. But, and grant you, if, you know, I know if you say Merry Yule and they go, no, it's Merry Christmas, that's their own dumb fault. You know, if they can't acknowledge your holiday and be respectful of your holiday, doesn't mean that you need to get down to their level and be like, well, I'm not going to say Merry Christmas back to you. I'm sorry, but I know you do it. But that's just him. And what can I say? I'm woman. I am better and wiser for it. So
Mature, not so much.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, and then, but the thing with my gods, I have no issue spiritually with my deities. I think they've provided me with great things in my life. I think they've provided me with better things in my life. And I don't think that they would think it's wrong for me to celebrate in someone else's joy. And the whole thing with the spell thing, that's a whole other topic. But
We'll get there in a second.
yes, but you know. Any other questions about the religion, holiday stuff, celebrations? Just celebrate life, for goodness sakes. I mean, it's like, no, but seriously, it's like, okay, I've been doing some really crazy YouTube watching on, like, you know, Westboro Baptist Church thing, you know, where they picket the soldiers' funerals and all that negativity out there. And grant you, I might not go to one of their celebrations, but you know, it's just if all that's out there, what's so wrong with like trying to bring some joy into like celebrating something else with somebody, whether it's a festival or not? I had a point. I'm confused now.
I just think it's cute because you said you didn't want to take a half hour, and I think you spent 5 minutes straight talking. It's cute.
I had a point to make.
Well, I'm glad. You should do more.
And since I have like 50 million thoughts that run through my head, it's hard to get it out sometimes. So I have to like continuously talk to make sure that something got out there and made sense. I'm a complex person. Shut up. Don't drink my drink.
Okay, so anyway, I think I've become a little bit more mature since meeting my wife. As an example, I did go
Took a
to
while.
Christmas with my family, and they all prayed and did the whole hand-holding thing. But as I've told my wife numerous times, including when my grandmother passed away, we went to that funeral as well, and Roman Catholic, and she asked me, she's like, I don't have to participate, do I? I was like, no, just being present was enough. So that was where I was being mature. And basically we didn't stand up and receive the bread
It's not bread,
sacrament,
it's like
the sacrament thing.
yeah.
The
That
holy-
incense was horrible there. I almost
Yeah.
vomited when the guy came around swinging that thing. But
It's because we're evil and they're purging our evilness.
that's right. Has
No,
to be
but
it.
seriously, where you receive the body and blood of Christ, you take the wine and the thing and the little wafer.
I did shake your dad's hand during the meet your fellow person sitting next to you thing because they had
Yeah, and it's a nice custom.
So
I
mean, I participate slightly, but they stand
But we
up and
didn't
sit
do-
down way too much for me. I do not like that much aerobics during a funeral, but
we didn't do the ritual parts, but we still were present. And same thing during when they were praying. We didn't pray. We just sat there quietly, respecting their right to pray, because the whole
Right.
family is basically Catholic.
yeah.
On that side of my family, on my dad's side, the whole family is pretty much Catholic. As far as I know.
I
And
didn't necessarily pray. I mean, I felt like I talked to
you
my
didn't
deity,
participate,
but I
in
didn't
their
participate in
prayer
the
to
way
their
they did it.
Catholic
No, yeah.
ways.
But-
And we actually
But it was interesting watching it. Sorry.
we got glared at by 1 second by my stepmother. She kind of gave us a nasty look, like, "Oh, how dare you not pray?" But then she didn't say anything. She just gave us a nasty look, and then dropped it. We haven't heard about it since. She's been very friendly and nice and open with us ever since.
That was actually during Christmas, not the funeral, but your memory.
No. I said both. We went to
both.
Christmas.
Oh, I'm not
And
listening.
also, no, she doesn't. She blocks me out. She's
do.
like, God, make him stop talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's when she prays.
All the time.
But one of these days, it would be nice if I can get myself to the point of where she's at. And it's about celebrating life, respecting people. Saying Merry Christmas to someone or showing up for your family to pass out gifts, that has nothing to do with Christmas. People call it Christmas, but that's not Christmas. Christmas is going to Mass and acknowledging Jesus. You know, it's supposed to be Jesus' birthday.
Sorry, Jesus?
Buddy Christ.
Buddy Christ. I'm sorry. He showed
I
me.
recently showed her Buddy Christ from Dogma, and
And he's like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Off topic. It was funny. It came to
see,
my head.
she can't sit through 5 minutes of me talking.
It's irritating. Kidding. Love you. Anyway, go ahead.
So
we can. I want dinner.
I would like to be more mature like her in some aspects. Cut me off every 5 seconds.
Because I'm more right than you are usually. No, I'm just.
So for those of you who like to watch our videos, take a shot every time she cuts me off. You'll be
You'll be
gone.
happy at the end of it. Seriously.
10 minutes, you'll be gone. So the other aspect was casting a spell. And I want to comment on this first before you go into
No, go ahead.
your long spiel.
That's
And
not long. The more you pause, the longer these people have to sit here.
yes, but every time I try to talk, you keep me from talking. So
I'm-
you break my concentration. I'm concentrating. So when it comes to spells and using your gift, the comment that I commented on was one of the things that I had said, among the many nasty things that I had said, was that just because you have a gift doesn't mean you have to abuse the gift. The other thing I would like to point out to anyone who is new on the path of magic, mysticism, the arts, etc., psychic skills, whatever the case may be, the longer you do it, the more potent you get. There comes a point where your very thoughts you have to be aware of because it will cause change. Right now, a simple thought from me will do as much as when I first started 18 years ago, wherever it was. When
That old.
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, when I was to do a spell, drawn out, candles and robe.
It's only 17 years. Go ahead.
I'm almost 31, honey.
Oh, this has to be you.
So, ritual, drawn out, altar, robes, wand, whole 9 yards. And it comes to a point where, like I said, today, a simple thought would be just as potent as what I used to do back then. I'm not going to get into how it all works because you're not my student, and I'm not going to share my personal practices. But what I will say is there comes a point when you practice, and a lot of you who are experienced. Now, I have other videos about calling yourself a witch, whatever the case may be. It is possible for anyone to learn anything in enough time, dedication, and practice. If you're self-taught, you give it 15 years, even witch, whatever the term may be, wizard, sorcerer, whatever you're trying to become, you can become with enough dedication and practice. Now, it's different to have that structured teaching behind you and teacher to go to. And you will learn probably twice as fast or 3 times as, whatever the case may be, you'll get more out of a teacher usually. My point is, one of the things that you will develop, whether you're from a teacher or from self-taught and looking out into the world and finding your own answers, is you will find that there's no longer the necessity to do spell work constantly. And you start to realize that meddling and messing with the fates and life and energy and everything, who are you to have the right to manipulate things constantly? Let me give you some basic examples. The number 1 2 biggest spells people ask for and expect and want, yeah, that's right, suffer through it, you can comment in a minute, is love spells and money spells. Those are the 2 biggest things that people try to do. So to briefly touch upon them so that my wife can comment on this and why she hasn't done spells since 2004 and how some things considered spells, prayer a spell, is money. First of all, if you're doing a spell for money, you're taking it away from someone else. It's got to come from somewhere. It doesn't just pop out of your ass. Same thing.
If we ship money,
well,
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Actually, you can sell dung as fuel.
Yeah.
Propane. We'll be back. I got to crap. So, I have to poop. Remember the little poodle from What Women Want?
Yeah.
And he's all inside. Okay, so with that, even if you cast a prosperity spell, etc., it comes to a point where if you set your mind to the prosperity, once again, you don't have to do all the drawn out ritual and spell. You set your mind to prosperity. You go out and do it. You earn it. And it will be easier for you to obtain. That is the type of magic that individuals like ourselves practice, which is everyday magic. Every breath, everything that you do, there's not a separate world. There's not a Blaze and Alex who run off and throw on robes that's separate from the everyday life that we live. We are who we are. We embrace it.
My crew t-shirt talking to Ganesh. What? Sorry.
My crew.
That's my crew. Alright, you can boobies.
Oh,
for God's sakes.
She's wondering why she married me. It's so funny. Okay, so, love. That's the other thing. Some people think to cast a love spell on someone, you're taking away that person's free will. Other people who are more moral will be like, I'll just draw love to me in general. There's other things you can do. It's called taking a bath. It's called dressing yourself nicer. Deodorant. I'm being serious for a second. You can cast all the spells you want to try to manipulate people into liking you, but you put forth the physical effort too. It's not just, magic is not a substitute for living. Magic is something that's supposed to enhance life. Once again, I'm getting into application and morals, which you learn from a teacher. They don't have this stuff in books usually. They might allude to it. So now, let's talk about, so I don't steal the show, because it's 20 minutes now.
Yeah, and we still have to add this to the first part of the video.
Well, no, 15 plus the other 5. And
so we're doing 20 minutes.
20-ish.
So this is going to be half hour-ish again, probably. Yep. Anyway, what do you want me to say?
So you're talking about, you haven't cast a spell since 2004. Technically, if you want to say the big blown-out spell.
And even that wasn't blown out. I never did the blown out stuff. I always felt just comfortable enough with candles and incense and just talking to my deities. But
I'm just saying,
either way,
when you did your puja for Diwali, that's still a type of spell.
Yeah,
In a
I was
way.
honoring the gods, yeah. But yeah, I
Well, that's true. That's more ritual. But my point is,
either way, I don't find the point of asking for stuff, whether it's for, you're hurting my knee, whether it's for money or I've never asked for a love spell. I've never asked for a true love thing. What are you doing in your eyes? Anyway, I didn't see the point because I figured it was, I feel weird with you not in the camera. It's weird. I don't know. I just don't think I have the right to ask to change someone's heart so they can come to me or whatever. I think that's morally wrong. And some people out there might think, oh no, it's okay to make that dude fall in love with me, and that's your own choice, but I personally think it's wrong, and I think you're screwing up with stuff you shouldn't be messing with. And the whole thing of asking for money, what right do you have to ask for money? What makes you better than another person? I mean, yeah, we're all broke. This economy sucks. I mean, but who's not to say that in your previous lifetime you were a rich asshole and that's the reason you're a poor dumb shit now? I mean, I'm sorry, it's the truth. I mean, it's like you might really have to, I don't know. You know, it's like you might have to learn something in this lifetime, and that's why you're poor. Maybe you need to learn more about less materialistic shit and need to learn more about just being happy with the way your life is, just being content and thankful for what you do have, and as opposed to, oh, please, gods, let's draw all these millions of dollars to me. It's like, well, who the hell are you to decide that? And then where's that money going to come from? Who's going to die to leave you that inheritance, or who's going to, or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's just too much messing with stuff, and I don't agree with it. But, you know, to each his own. If a person feels that that's right, then that's their personal preference. I personally just think that's ridiculous, but I mean,
why don't you do spells every day? Or weekly
I don't do
or
spells
monthly?
every day or weekly or monthly because, one, to me it's a waste of energy. I'd rather put that energy in connecting with the divine than to ask for what I want. And a second reason, it's greedy. To constantly ask and ask and ask for all this stuff, it's greed. It's being selfish and it's being greedy. So, and that's just, no. But I found more rewards with just meditation and connecting with the divine than I ever did trying to do spell work. I mean, it just...
I would also like to point out, too, sometimes it's overblown. Let me give you an example of a situation where someone would most likely turn to a spell. You have a spirit in your house. Let's say you have a new house you moved into. Let me give you a real easy way to have the spirit not there anymore. If not coexisting with it and letting it stay, simply saying, do you mind leaving?
Simple.
It's
you don't
kind
have
of...
to go out and pay $20 to get all the supplies either.
I mean, picture this, if you will. A guy, a man, because men are dumber, throws on full riot gear, right? Gets his gun, loads it, puts it in his holster, takes the 12 gauge, pumps it, gets ready, has all of his flashlight and supplies to survive the zombie apocalypse, and machete and knife, and suits up, goes outside, chases the squirrel up the tree because that damn squirrel keeps eating out of the bird feeder. Little blown out of proportion. The point being, once again, live life, embrace life as the magic that's there. But once again, we're talking about morals. You're not going to hear this stuff necessarily, once again, from books. Some books might include some of it, but morality is something you learn in time. You learn from example.
Or it's just in your heart period of how
That's true.
you feel about certain morals.
I just find a lot of people...
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I
cut her off. I'm stealing her power. So basically it's like so many people are no, I'm not going to say it, but not to pick on certain paths that are becoming very popular.
Don't judge.
But people call this particular path the path of the wise. And there any magical path, but especially this one, it's like, how is it wise to instantly turn to magic or spellcraft? I mean, that's where people get bad reputations that do magic. It's like, well, they're going to curse me if I make them mad, because some people are that unstable, that much jumping on
Most
spell.
humans are
unstable. Spell. That's true. And some people...
Which goes to why I'm probably so negative against the majority of the human race, which was, I guess, commented on too.
Yeah, you're very negative.
Yeah. And really, in fact, I'm more positive, but...
Agreed. We're just sharing thoughts, and
It's
perhaps
just-
it comes across negatively.
I just know we're living in a time period where there are ignorant humans, period.
And sometimes it just
and-
needs to be said.
It just needs to be said, period. Yes. Because it's the Kali Yuga.
It is the Kali Yuga.
There's a lot of dumb shits right now.
That's another video right there. So, with that in mind, it's just, if you have a gift,
Why abuse it?
why abuse it?
There's no reason to overuse it. I mean...
If you think about it this way, too, if you think of an individual who is attractive and who takes care of themselves and preps it up and lies and manipulates and convinces them that they're someone else. Like my ex.
Oh.
So who goes out there and tries to convince someone that you're someone else to get their way. That type of lying and manipulation, which some people consider bad, do you consider that bad? It's just as bad as casting the spells. Be yourself. Embrace yourself. Most people, especially the ones that are wiser who've been doing it for a while, will say that they usually cast the spells on themselves, which is fine. But once again, little backbone and putting your elbow grease into it and putting forth a little bit of effort will achieve a lot
I
too.
ask for guidance and I ask for what's my, I don't even ask for what's my next step because I think that's something I need to figure out. But I mean, I don't really, and when I do ask for guidance or something, I always say, if you feel that it's acceptable for me to get that guidance, or if I'm deserving of it, let it come. If not, I understand, because obviously there's always a lesson to learn somewhere along the lines. So,
not to mention,
I'm very picky about. I don't want to ask for anything because I feel like I've got everything I need.
Not to mention being wise and wisdom. Really consider what is essentially needed. You have your health. You're alive. You have food. You don't need that television or that car or a bigger house. You don't need that. That stuff is
I'm
pleasant.
grateful every day that we have what we have home-wise.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're very blessed. Absolutely.
Yeah, compared to a lot of people, and I am thankful for every ounce of what's been given to me, because I could be easily living on the streets, going through a garbage can, eating, and I would hope that if that would ever happen, I'd still have some kind of positive idea of like, hey, I'm alive, and that's all I need. And that should be all that matters of people. Yeah, it would suck if all this materialistic crap went away. I'd probably be upset, but it's just stuff. It's not something that's essential to my survival. Now, my dog is, though. I love my dog. She has to, yeah. We're not going to talk about that. I'll cry.
I believe that a good half hour of hearing us babble was entertaining. And
remember, I'm awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
You are awesome.
I am awesome.
So with that in mind, I just hope this kind of gives some perspective and some answers to some of the comments posted. And we will hopefully get you to do more videos with me and share more thoughts, such as on the Kali Yuga, or if you guys want to ask questions, we'd be happy to answer them for you.
Yeah, ask me stuff. I'll answer. Oh, I shook the table.
Definitely want to do a Google Hangout at some point. I've already had 2 people interested in that, where we can have, it's like a video like this, you have a live chat, record it, and then I can post it on YouTube, and you people can watch me act like an idiot with other people listening.
And I'll roll my eyes the whole time at him. Yeah.
So, I guess that's all.
Namaste. Oh.
Zaijian.